Hello everyone, I'm Rodney from 3DGameMan.com, and today I'm looking at the Be Quiet Straight Power 10 750 watt CM power supply. First, let's have a really quick peek at the box. Pretty nice. Has a picture on the front, plus some features and specifications. Now let's open it up. It's packaged pretty well. They have a black piece of cardboard on the top, and the rest is, well, cardboard. Here's a user's manual. A lot of times you'll see the power supply in styrofoam, but that's not the case here. It doesn't matter much as long as it doesn't move around. So let me go ahead and kind of take this out. You can see that it does come in a bubble wrap bag. Note how it all comes apart here. Modular leads, again in a bubble wrap bag, and another bubble wrap bag which has a power cord, another bag with another bag, plastic cable ties, and they do not include thumb screws, rather 5, give you an extra 1, regular black screws. So the Straight Power 10 CM or cable management line are currently available in wattages ranging from 500 all the way up to 800 there. Now of course I will be reviewing the 700 watt model today. Let's quickly go through how this wattage is determined, and to understand that you will need to know what rails are. Now I know you've heard this before, so if you have, you can go ahead and skip it, although there is some important information in this, like wattage and amps. Rails are basically well-regulated transformers which convert domestic current into the voltages that your computer system can use, and there are essentially two different rails, the 3.3/5 volt rail and the 12 volt rail, and in this particular case the approximate maximum peak output of the 3.3/5 volt rail is 150 watts and the 12 volt is 672 watts. Now the 3.3/5 volt rail is responsible for the motherboard, memory, PCI cards, and so on, while the 12 volt rail is responsible for the hard drives, optical drives, fans, CPU, video cards, etc. It's also important to know the peak amps on each rail. The plus 3.3 volt and the plus 5 volt rails are 25 amps each, and this power supply comes with 4, yes, 4 plus 12 volt rails. 1 and 2 are 18 amps, and 3 and 4 are 22 amps. Now this is where I tell you how important it is to get a brand name quality power supply. And of course, a lot of us know why, because if you get some kind of a cheapo power supply, if you go all affordable when it comes to this baby, you could have problems. And if your power supply is garbage, well, it might fail and then ruin your entire week. Wouldn't be good, would it? If it fried, well, not only the motherboard, but the rest of your system. Believe me, it can happen. So just keep that in mind. With that in mind, let's move on to more positive things, like what's important when you're selecting a power supply. The first is wattage, and I've said this thousands of times in all of my power supply video reviews, so if you've heard it before and you don't want to listen to it again, you can just go ahead and skip this. First is wattage. You're going to need to determine how much wattage you are going to require by the amount of hardware that you will be installing. Now, generally speaking, a medium to high-end gaming rig would require a 500 to 700 watt power supply, so this one will be a perfect fit for that. For a hardcore system, select a power supply that's around 800 watts. If, however, you are building an extreme gaming rig with the top of the line, multiple video card setup, and lots of other hardware, select a power supply that's 1000 watts or greater. Second, it should be at or above 80% efficiency, and this power supply's efficiency is between 85 to 91% from 20 to 100% loading. Third, it should meet the latest ATX and other current standards, environmental directives over voltage, under voltage, and other protections. This power supply meets all current standards. Fourth, I'd recommend choosing a power supply that has APFC. APFC, or active power factor correction, assists the power supply in being more efficient and therefore stable under load. APFC basically reduces total harmonics, corrects input voltage, and it allows for full input voltage range. Thankfully, this power supply has APFC. Fifth, there are 3 main certifications: 80+, NVIDIA SLI, and AMD Crossfire. Many of today's high-end power supplies will meet one or more of these certifications, and this power supply is 80+ Gold, NVIDIA SLI, and AMD Crossfire certified, and to boot, it's Intel Haswell ready. Sixth, I personally go for power supplies that have Japanese capacitors on the inside. Now, this power supply doesn't come with Japanese capacitors. Rather, Taiwanese capacitors. Is that a big deal? Probably not, considering what the power supply is being used for, and it does come with an excellent warranty, which I'll get to in just a second. Finally, get a power supply that has enough leads for your setup, and also consider one that is completely modular or semi-modular. Now, something else that's very important is an excellent warranty. I would recommend a 5-year warranty because most people will not have their system for 5 years. Some will, but hey, you're covered nonetheless. Now, some power supplies come with a 7-year warranty. This one comes with a 5-year warranty, so that's awesome. I really like the styling on this power supply. They have Be Quiet stamped right here. Fancy grill with a 135mm super quiet fan, plenty of ventilation, a power switch, and here's where the power cord gets connected. Now, I know it's a shame, but this power supply is not 100% modular. Is that a big deal? I don't really think so, because you're going to be using the main motherboard lead anyway. Now, the leads are not flat flexible ones. I prefer those over these, but they've done an excellent job on the sleeving. Finally, have a listen to the fan. This is a super sexy power supply that comes with a 135mm fan. There's lots of ventilation, a power switch. Not all power supplies have one, so that's important. It would be for me if I was purchasing it. As well, it is 80 Plus Gold, NVIDIA SLI, and AMD Crossfire certified, Haswell ready, and it's semi-modular. I don't like the fact that it does not come with flat flexible leads. I know I'm being pretty fussy, but I will not purchase a power supply unless it has flat flexible leads. And the reason is you can tuck them away super easy, and I think they look a lot better. And in the end, you have a lot less cable mess to deal with. Now with this one, you've got all the connectors on the back labeled, so that really takes the guesswork out of it. And you can see where the main motherboard lead exits the back of the power supply. They have a piece, what appears to be, yes, kind of like a rubbery plastic here to protect it so it won't chafe the power supply and damage the cable. That's attention to detail. I really do like the power supply. I think it's super quality. It comes with a great warranty as well, but considering, you know, no flat flexible leads, it is not completely modular. Yeah, it's still a little bit expensive. I'm going to give it a kick-ass rating. Until next time, take care.